What's up, guys? Welcome back to ManCave Collectibles, coming at you today with another toy haul unboxing. So this is a series that we're doing on the channel. We've been doing for some time now if you're new to the channel. We cover everything that I found on the recent toy hunts as well as items that have come in the mail. We typically also cover comic book pickups. I haven't had a lot of comic book pickups recently because there's just not much out there that's really exciting me as far as comic book storylines. I have been reading the crossover storyline, so we will be picking that up when it comes out. The Last Ronin, if that's something that you're not familiar with, you need to get familiar with it. That is a Ninja Turtle series that has started. We're only one issue in, still waiting on that second issue to come out. And then as far as picking up back issues or Silver and Bronze Age, or even modern books, the comic industry right now, the prices are so outrageous that I've really backed off buying comic books outside of just the new stuff that I'm reading that's coming out. The spec market has just kind of gotten a little bit outrageous and a little bit too pricey for my blood. Books that, a year or two ago I was buying for $40, all of a sudden they pop up, they're going for $300-400 because of some type of spec or something's been optioned. So it's a really easy way to lose a lot of money really fast in the type of market that the comic book industry is in right now. So I'm kind of steering a little bit clear from that. Let me know what you guys think, any of my comic book guys out there that are following my channel. Let me know your thoughts on the comic book industry right now, especially, like I said, when it goes to buying like older keys. What are your thoughts? Are you still buying? Are you buying kind of at what I think are inflated prices, or are you kind of taking the same path I'm taking and kind of backing off a little bit and kind of seeing where things are kind of going to pan out? I don't see them hanging at this level for a long time. I do believe that people having more time on their hands, being able to go out and find a hobby or things like that, I think maybe that might play a role in why there's just so much activity and so much buying at these prices. I think people just have more time to do stuff because you can't get out and do a lot of things we were able to do a year, 2, 3 years ago. So that's kind of where I'm at with the comic book stuff. But obviously we have our toys coming in every week. We're finding them on our hunts. So I want to start off with a toy that I picked up in the last week. Actually, a buddy of mine found this toy at Target for me and picked it up and got it to me. This is the Hollywood Hogan NWO version, Ultimate Edition by Mattel. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm kind of new to the wrestling figure world. That's something I've just dove into and I'm really, really excited about it. I've been a huge wrestling fan my whole life, especially growing up as a kid, and just have been kind of picking and choosing the lines that I'm going to, collect as far as my toy hobby. I don't have unlimited space in the man cave, so I've got to kind of pick and choose, but I've determined that the wrestling line is something I want to collect, and I think I kind of want to stick to the Ultimate and Elite lines, pick those up, kind of the characters that really mean something to me from a nostalgic purpose. So Hollywood Hogan obviously would be one of those guys. This is a phenomenal figure that we picked up. You can see all of the accessories that we have here. We've got additional head sculpts. We've got additional hands. He's got the belt spray painted NWO, his feather boa here, glasses, his bandana or do-rag there on top of his head. All that is you can have him with it, have him not with it. He does have kind of like a soft goods cutoff here. I have done a review for this guy on my channel, so check out that review if you have not already. This is just a fantastic figure in the Ultimates line. So definitely a must buy for me, a high recommend from me to you as a viewer of my channel. So definitely check this one out if you can find it in stores. It's been pretty hard to find in stores, but I keep seeing it popping up online here and there. I think it was on Amazon yesterday. It sold out fairly quick, but keep your eyes open. This is one you'll want to get your hands on. All right, guys, next up, we have the Megatron Beast Wars from the Kingdom line. this is a phenomenal figure. It is already in my top 10 for 2021. I guess it would be debatable if it's a 2020 or 2021 figure. I know there were folks that did get their hands on it in 2020. But I think as far as from, mass market retail, guys like me and you, we weren't able to get our hands on it till 2021. So here he is. I've done a review on my channel for this guy. This is a fantastic Transformers figure. I don't plan to collect the Beast Wars line as a whole. I'm going to probably stick with Megatron and Optimus Primal, who we'll be taking a look at here in just a minute. But this is just, it's a mini masterpiece in my opinion. I've collected masterpieces, actually 2 different times I've collected masterpiece figures in my collection history, I guess you could call it, and sold both collections off, and ended up actually going with, the Hasbro mainline. Just from a financial standpoint, masterpiece figures were just getting really, really crazy as far as their prices were concerned. But this guy right here, if Hasbro continues to do this, it's going to make me even less regretful of selling off my masterpiece collection because of the quality, the engineering that has started to go into these, mass retail figures that anybody can go and just pick up at their local Target for anywhere from, $14 to, in this case, I believe this guy was $49.99. So just a really, really nice figure. Check out my review on him as well if you have not already. But this is obviously him in his robot mode. The T-Rex, or his alternate mode, looks just as good. Really, really clean. I was super happy with this guy. Really glad to find him. Actually, shout out to one of our fellow subscribers. Your fellow subscribers found this guy, hit me up on Instagram, and was like, hey man, I'm going to hide this behind a cabana in the tent section for you. And he did. So we ran over and picked it up later that evening, and there was Megatron waiting on me behind a tent. So pretty cool. Just an awesome community that we have here, guys. I was talking with another YouTube channel, a guy named Century. If you haven't checked out Century, check out his channel. He's got a really cool channel. Does a lot of toy hunting as well. Super good dude as well. But we were just talking about, the toy community really is a cool community to be part of. And, all the way down to just like one of our subscribers hitting me up. He knew I was looking for this guy. And just being like, hey man, I'm going to hide this for you so you can come pick it up. It's just a cool community to be a part of. I'm very grateful to be part of the community and be able to have a channel and have you guys support it. I think that's just super awesome. But anyways, getting off task, off subject, this guy's awesome. Check out my review on the Megatron Kingdom Beast Wars figure. All right, guys, next up, we've got Cyclonus from the Kingdom line as well. This is from the same line that the previous Megatron figure that I just talked about was. Now, this is, in my opinion, this is a G1, kind of going to go in that movie, 1986 movie shelf, maybe for me. But just a really, really cool character here, being Cyclonus. Again, mini masterpiece worthy, in my opinion. The hollow spots that we deal with a lot of times with, the main line, the only thing is just on the back of these wings here. I could see a third party having an upgrade kit to fix that at some point. But man, this thing is so clean and it looks so good in both modes. So if you're a fan of either mode, it's not going to matter. It's just as strong both ways. We also have a review of this guy on the channel. You definitely want to check it out. We found him at a local Walmart on one of our toy hunts. So if you haven't checked out those toy hunt videos, check those out as well, because you can kind of see what I'm finding, see what's out there, available for you to be able to find right now. But just a fantastic figure. This is the Kingdom Cyclonus. All right, guys, another figure from the Kingdom line. We've got our Optimus Primal. So we found this guy at a Walmart on the same toy hunt that we found Cyclonus on. So this figure I have not done a review of yet. However, there will be a review coming on the channel. We'll be posting it at some point. But this is just a really cool figure. It scales perfectly with the Megatron figure. Let's see here. We'll bring Megatron back in so you guys can see these two guys together. They just look really, really nice standing side by side. The scale kind of works out to be perfect between the two of them if you go back and kind of look at the source material. But they just did a really good job on this guy. He's so clean. And again, it's you know, if you were to take pictures of some of these figures the right way, you know, it would be hard to tell that these are $20 figures in Optimus Primal's case. They're just really, you know, Hasbro is just really killing it with this new line. But we got Optimus Primal. Review will be incoming on this guy. All right, guys, and then the last pickup as far as what we found on our toy hunts before we get into our unboxing, we've got Thrust. This was a guy that I'd almost given up on and thought maybe I'd better go to the secondary market for. And lo and behold, we walk into a Target and there's 2 of them sitting on the shelf. I've been hunting him for probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks maybe, and never saw, you know, one trace of this guy out and about. Never really even seen him go into, you know, stock at my local Target on the Target app. You know, had friends looking for him for me. Nobody was able to really put their hands on him or find him, but we were able to find him finally. So now I got to find his Conehead brothers. You know, I think they were like Amazon exclusives, and they're going for kind of ridiculous secondary market pricing. May have to bite the bullet at some point and pick them up, but really happy to find this guy. So that's it for what I'm finding in stores. Put down in the comments what you guys are, you know, able to locate. What have you come across in stores? What are you looking for in stores that you haven't been able to find? Kind of interesting to me as a toy hunter. It's always interesting to hear what guys are trying to find, not just what I'm trying to find. That's pretty evident through my videos. I'll make that clear, but I like hearing what you guys are, you know, hunting and what you are wanting to find. And that also helps me kind of figure out what to focus on when I go in stores. Not always hit the things that I'm looking for, but also, you know, make sure I'm hitting things you guys are looking for as well. Let's go ahead and jump into our unboxings. Actually, guys, before we jump into our unboxings, I forgot I did have a book come in this week. So this is the He-Man Master Universe mini comic collection. I guess it's kind of like an omnibus, or you know, it's a pretty thick book. And what it is all the mini comics that were done by Dark Horse, and just plays a huge role kind of in the mythos of He-Man. So if you really want to dig deep into a lot of that history, you really got to go back to a lot of the mini comics. And these were comics that were put, you know, kind of put together back when, you know, the original toy line was in place and coming out. So just something cool. I'm learning a lot about He-Man. I've started collecting MOTU classics. We've actually got a box over here that's got some in it as well. A lot of history in this book. Going to be something fun to read, I think. Catch me up on a lot of He-Man history that I may not be aware of. So yeah, now we'll jump into our unboxing. All right, guys. So our first box here is from Ringside Collectibles. This is my first ever order from Ringside Collectibles. As we discussed earlier, I am jumping into you know, wrestling figures, and you know, as you guys know, if you follow my channel long enough, when I jump into a line, I truly jump in feet first, and you know, get what I need and get what I want to try to get myself kind of caught up. So let's take a look at what we got in our box here. So the first item, we've got the Brock Lesnar Ultimate figure. So this is, I think you got to have a Brock Lesnar. It's funny, I was actually going back today and I watched WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble from last year, and man, what a beast this guy was. It made me even more excited about getting this figure. We'll be doing a review on all of the Ultimate figures as they come in. I know some of them have been out for some time. We're still going to review them on the channel just so we have that content out there and that history on the channel. But yeah, we got the Ultimate Brock Lesnar. Next up, we got the Ultimate John Cena. So this was a cool figure as well. I do not have a John Cena yet in the collection. You've got to have one. He's definitely an icon when it comes to you know, wrestling. So we've got his Ultimate figure here, and yeah, looking pretty cool. I really hadn't even looked at a review or anything of this guy, but from what I can tell, it looks like they killed this one. Looks really good. Ultimate John Cena. Next up, we've got Kane from the Survivor Series. So I thought this was a cool figure here as well. I actually ordered another Kane figure. It's the Kane Undertaker kind of dual figure. I guess if you're a wrestling fan, you probably know what I'm talking about, because I like that classic, a little more of a classic outfit that he has in that kind of 2-in-1 figure. So I ordered that one as well, but I thought this was pretty cool. went ahead and picked it up from Ringside Collectibles also. And then the last figure in this box, we've got the Ravishing Rick Rude. This is a guy that, you know, he is obviously a legend in the wrestling world. I wasn't that big of a fan of him, but he definitely comes from kind of that time period of when I really, really enjoyed wrestling as a kid. Maybe slightly before, but he was in some of the video games I can remember that I would play as a kid as well. So we went ahead and picked Ravishing Rick Rude up. You know, I haven't really seen him out and about, you know, in stores or anything like that. So I figured this would be a good one to go ahead and pick up from Ringside Collectibles also. So that is my Ringside Collectibles haul. Let me know what you guys think of these pickups. I've done a few more orders from Ringside Collectibles over the last week, so in some of our future toy hauls, we'll be able to look at what else I've picked up. But it was a pretty good shopping experience with those guys. Unfortunately, I messed up and ordered 2 Brock Lesnar's on accident, not remembering I'd ordered him in this order. I ordered him again. So you'll see in a future unboxing, we ended up with 2 of these guys, and I contacted Ringside. They were not able to cancel the other one because they said it already went to the warehouse for shipment. So we'll have to figure out what to do with that guy. But yeah, let me know what you think of these pickups. Again, any of you guys that are wrestling fans, I'm new to the wrestling action figure world, so feel free to shed that knowledge on me. Share your knowledge with me. If there's cooler figures for any of these characters or other characters from, you know, that you know, early, mid, late 90s time frame, if there's just some must-haves out there, drop those in the comments so I can go out and look at them and try to pick them up. Let's move on to our next box. All right, guys, on to our next box. All right, guys, so now I could not remember what this box was, but I do remember now. So I did another order. Actually, this is my first order from Boss Fight Studios. So if you remember from my last toy haul, I'd gotten into the Bucky O'Hare line from Boss Fight Studio. Once I got those 2 figures, I loved them enough that I felt like I wanted to pick up kind of the rest of the line. So here's what we got. We've got the Bucky O'Hare. We got Bruiser. Now, he comes in a pretty big package. I'm impressed by his size here. He is a very large and very heavy figure. We'll probably do a review of this guy. But yeah, we got Bruiser. We also got probably my favorite character from the Bucky O'Hare line. We've got Dead-Eye Duck. I might not be able to get him to stand here. We don't really have a way to stand him. And then the last 2 figures, we got 2 of the troopers, 2 of the tow troopers here. So yeah, just I thought the design on these 2 guys was awesome. They actually have 2 separate types of troopers with 2 separate kind of makeups as far as their clothing or what they're wearing. So this was really cool, as well as like their heads are done a little bit different. So these were awesome. Got to have some tow troopers if you're going to have, you know, Bucky O'Hare figures. So we picked them up. I hope this line continues. You know, I was asking on somebody, one of our subs, we were kind of having a conversation in the comments, and he wasn't real sure whether the line had been announced, that it would continue on. So if anybody knows kind of the story of this line or kind of the future of it, or have heard any rumors, drop that in the comments. I'd love to know if this is going to continue going or if this is kind of where it's going to stop. There's a lot of characters, even though it was only like 1 season, there's a lot of characters that they could bring in, you know, in order to continue the line. So yeah, there we go. We got a Bucky O'Hare haul today. All right, guys, on to our next haul box here. So this is going to be something I'm sure you'll be familiar with if you've been following my channel. This is from my Canadian friend who I've been buying out pretty much his entire MOTU Classics collection. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Actually, so I didn't pay for these, but it looks like he threw in some stackable stands for me, which is pretty cool. I didn't know these were coming, but that's really cool of him to send that. So I have to send him a message and thank him for including those. I think these I've seen these out there for maybe like 25 bucks or so. So that was a really nice addition for him to throw that in for us. Some stackable stands. Now, some of these guys, I think Extendor is this guy's name, and I'm not sure how well you guys can see through this package. So I paid like $23 US, free shipping for all the figures in this box, 23 bucks a piece. And kind of the deal that me and him had made was he could unbox them, because I unbox everything that I have anyways as far as action figures are concerned. So he unboxed them so that he could save a little bit on shipping himself, being that he was obviously giving me a pretty good deal on the classics figures. So we got Extendor there. We got Eldor here as well. I thought this was a cool figure. Kind of will go with that, you know, King Grayskull figure that I have not got yet, but hopefully we'll be able to get at some point. I don't remember this girl's name. You can drop it in the comments if you know right offhand. Like maybe Huntra or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, she was like 23 bucks. So I had to pick her up just to go ahead and continue the line. We also got, I think her name is Angelia or something like that. This is pretty cool. A couple of these are for my wife. You know, she's been collecting the Princess of Power figures, and she's got a pretty cool little collection going so far. So this one is for her. Got another guy here that actually showed up in the cartoon pretty early, and I cannot remember what his name is right now, but got him picked up. Got another cool looking guy here, and again, I cannot remember what this guy's name is. Some of these guys just, you know, I guess as a kid, I never had their toys, or they weren't even part of the original He-Man, you know, cartoon. They maybe were part of the 2000X line or some other rendition of He-Man. So this guy, I just thought he was really cool looking. I didn't have a lot of knowledge as far as his storyline. Just thought he's a really cool looking figure and got him for $23. Here's another Princess of Power that we got, who we can't see because her wings are covering up her face, but this will be for my wife here as well. Can't remember if that's like Flutterina or something like that, but a Princess of Power figure for the wife. And then we've got, I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry. You know, all these names are running together on me. So just another MOTU classic. So that's it. That's all for their MOTU classics for this week, guys. So it's kind of good. You know, the last couple hauls have been really, really heavy in the classic figures. We're kind of winding down as far as, you know, picking up, you know, large amounts at a time. Really, my main reason for picking up the large amounts at a time that I was doing was I was buying them all from one person, and they were able to give me really, really good deals on stuff. So going forward, probably any of the classic figures I pick up, it'll be one here and one there, just to fill out, you know, some of the areas I need, like Mosquito and, you know, some different kind of main characters that I still haven't been able to pick up. We'll pick those up slowly over time. But anyways, yeah, a little more addition to the classics line. All right, guys, we got an eBay purchase here. So we'll take a look and see what we got, what came in from eBay. I think you guys will smell what we're cooking on this one. Look what we got. We got the Rock Ultimate figure. So had to go out to eBay on this guy. He was an Amazon exclusive, and obviously unable to pick him up on Amazon any longer. So I picked him up on eBay. A little bit of a pricey figure, but as far as the figures that come out in 2020 from the Ultimates line, this is one I have seen reviews on from guys, and I think Mattel did a really, really phenomenal job with this guy, and it's probably at this point maybe my favorite Ultimate figure until we get to Shawn Michaels. All right, guys, and before we open our last box, I want to kind of give an advertisement. So our buddies over at Gamers Alley, if you guys are familiar with my toy hunts, this is a you know, a store that I go to or frequent pretty often to buy toys and video game stuff as well. We've bought some video game stuff from them, but they have a fantastic toy selection. They are doing a auction on Facebook on Monday. So I will drop a link in the description to their Facebook page. You can go out and check that out. The owner hit me up in a text and was kind of giving me a heads up on it. So it's something I'll try to be a part of if I can as far as timing, but I wanted to let you guys know about it One of our subscribers actually hit me up on Instagram. I guess they had one of these auctions a week or a week and a half ago, and it went really well, and they had some really cool stuff in the auction that actually went for really good prices. So if that's something you're into, definitely check out our buddies over at Gamers Alley on their Facebook page on Monday. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and break into our box here and see what the final box of the night will be. And here we go. So this was a huge hole that we had in our Transformers collection. Yes, I did not have a Megatron. How do you have a Transformers collection without a Megatron? I don't know. I did it, but it didn't look right. You know, I got one of my Transformer shelves over here, and there's no Megatron with the Decepticons. It just doesn't look good. So we picked up the Earthrise. At this point, I like the Earthrise Megatron the most of the ones that are out there. I'm kind of hoping that maybe we'll get an even more G1-ish looking Megatron at some point in one of the coming lines. But for now, this guy is pretty G1-ish. He's going to look good on the shelf. That is our last unboxing of the video. Let me know what you guys think of my pickups. What have you guys picked up this week? Let me know. I love having that conversation with you guys. Check me out on Instagram, ManCave Collectible Reviews on Instagram. I just post random stuff, pictures of my collection. If I get some kind of news, sometimes I'll post pictures there. But I also like to post pictures of things I'm finding out and about. So, you know, especially if you're a local toy collector, you're going to want to follow me on Instagram. When I find NECA TMNT, stuff like that, I throw it up on Instagram. May give you guys a little bit of a heads up that, you know, hey, this is out here versus having to wait on the toy hunt video to be able to find that information out. Again, check out our friends at Gamers Alley on Monday. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It helps get this video out there for other people to see. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Love to have you as part of the ManCave Collectibles team. And as always, comment down below. We want to talk to you guys. Look forward to that. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.
Wouldn't it be crazy?